Marvin and crustaceans.
Unswerving bastulations.
Performance masturbation.
My pornographic station.
Consumer participant.
They had already kind of started playing in a band that didn't have a name or anything, and then I joined that, and we played a few shows. That was the Flannels.
1992, I moved into this house on 2nd Street, and I got a roommate there. He played bass with these guys in a band called the Flannels, which was essentially the Oblio Joes.
We were only together for about 3 months or so, and then like the next spring, we started working on Oblio Joes stuff.
Dan and John and Stu eventually moved into this house on the west side, affectionately known as the Pink House because it was painted pink on the outside. And man, we just drink PBR and jam all day long over there.
When the Oblios, when we first started, it really was just about having fun, being on stage, feeling cool, playing in a band, you know.
We were dead. It's just too hard to swallow.
Just, I'd say the work ethic is just a little different than, you know, maybe 10, 15 years ago.
My songs are definitely gentler than they used to be.
Just don't forget to chew today. Covered with mayonnaise, tell me why. I got a craving for a ham on rock.
It's hard for me to think of like specific moments where things changed, but I can definitely say that over time things changed, up to the point where, you know, the whole reason that the band broke up was I just got to a place in my life where it was a lot more complicated than it used to be. It was like the band, like I had all these stress points, and the band became one of them, which is just bizarre. And when I woke up one day and realized, if I'm stressed out about playing music, that's like the stupidest thing in the world, and I gotta do something about it.
I was surprised. I wasn't pissed or anything. I understood, you know. I understand where, you know, what John's rationale was. I was certainly not mad. That, you know.
That was rough. That was pretty rough. It was weird because we'd been together for almost 14 years at that point. Playing with the same people for 14 years, we just didn't hang out as much anymore. And the songs we were writing at that point was some of the best we were ever doing. John was writing great stuff. Still is, but.
Basically, music completely disappeared. I mean, and it was inadvertent. When I broke up Oblio Joes, my thought was I was going to be jumping into all these other things musically, and it just didn't happen.
John was the singer-songwriter that worked with the guys in my band before I moved to town. Our guitar player left, and I was like, if we could have anybody come and play to replace our guitar player, who would it be? Who's everyone's first choice? That's what I asked everybody.
I called Shmed. I'm like, dude, we gotta invite John Brownell to join the band. It was a point in our band world that it was the time, and Shmed goes, no, he's too busy.
He's probably too busy. He probably doesn't have time because he's starting a business and stuff, you know. And he had stopped playing a few years, or right before I got here, so I thought maybe he's not interested in being in a band. But then I thought, well, it doesn't hurt just to ask. Why not ask people, you know?
So Shmed and I started working together, and we work together really well. We have I think the combination of the two is pretty cool, and we both felt that.
And he always just seemed like a really talented, cool guy, and I always loved all his recordings, and I knew that like he was somebody that I wanted to work with and be friends with.
Immediately, it was like a whole, injection of fresh energy.
Everybody in the band has kids and work, and it's a lot less like rock and roll, but it's so perfect for like got a bunch of guys that are hovering around 40.
I wouldn't say I'm grown up.
I feel like as you get older, you just kind of get cooler. Like you don't do as much dorky shit. So it seems like. And I always have a couple songs on the album that are depressing about how I thought I was going to make it and I didn't. I do think that I've gotten better, and the only way I can describe it is as an artist, I feel like I've gotten less embarrassing to myself.
I feel that same meaning of it's the great escape. I mean, you do this to escape everything out there.
I take it a lot more seriously. I don't get shit-faced before a show.
I don't think we ever really thought about making it in that sense, other than like what we were doing, just having a lot of fun.
And but we're more about business. We're always trying to write good songs, and we're always trying to rock out. And finding a balance has been a long time coming, but I think we're getting pretty close.
Sometimes I wish you were a girl. Sometimes I